Hey, Unit 3 test review part 2. I'm going to pick up on the second page, guys. Part 1 is 1 through 9. So if you're looking for any problems 1 through 9, you're on the wrong video. Alright, but this is part 2. And hey, I hope this helps. Let's get started. Alright, for number 10 right here. We need to find the remainder. Come on now. So the first thing I'm going to do is take that x minus 2, set it equals 0, and solve it to get x equals 2. Now, for this part, let me draw some lines. Alright, I had to put the lines on there, but anyway, I'm going to write my coefficients out. So I have 15, then I have 1, and negative 52, and 20, and then finally 16. Okay, so now I'm going to do first term. With our first term, we're going to bring out 15. So 15 times 2 is 30, and that's going to give us 31. And then we have 31 times 2, well, that's 62. So you have negative 52 plus 62. Alright, that's going to be 10. Then you have 10 times 2, that's 20. And 20 plus 20 is 40. And then you have 40 times 2, and that's 80. Alright, and 16 plus 80 is going to be 96. So the remainder here, not f of x, but f of 2 equals 96. That's our remainder, guys. You know this remainder because there's nothing else to pull down right here. Okay, this one, expand 2a minus 4b cubed. This is Pascal's. Okay, so before I begin, I'm going to draw out the Pascal to the third row. Alright, so remember 1, then 1, 1. And then from there, guys, it's just adding. Alright, right here, I have 1's on the outside, and what goes in the middle is 2. And then 1's on the outside, and then 3 and 3. Now, this row right here is our third row. I know you're thinking, oh, it's 4 down. Alright, but no, that's our third row because that's our third power. Alright, again, this is for 0 power, first power, second power, third power. So those are my coefficients. So I take my coefficients, 1, 3. Actually, let me draw some rows so this is a little neater for you. So I like to do this vertically. Okay. So I go 1, 3, 3, 1. Those are my coefficients. Then I write down my first term, 2a. Like that. Now, because this is cubed, I want to start with that exponent. Alright, 3. And work my way down. So I go 3, 2, 1, 0. Those are my exponents. Alright. Now I'm going to take my second term, which is negative 4b. Okay. And now with my exponents, I'm going to go in ascending order. So this is 3. So I start with 0, or you just do it in the reverse, right? 0, 1, 2, 3. So 0, 1, 2, 3. All right. And now we're going to evaluate all of these. So right here, I have 1 times 2a cubed. That's 1 times 2a cubed, guys. 2 cubed is 8. And a cubed is a cubed. And right here you have negative 4b to the 0. If you remember, anything to the 0 power is 1. Alright, so 1 times a cubed times 1 is going to be 8a cubed. Now right here we have 3 times 2a squared. Well, 2a squared is going to be 4a squared. And negative 4b to the first is going to be negative 4b to the first. So now multiply everything. I got 3 times 4 times negative 4, guys, and that's going to be a negative 48. Negative 48 a squared b. That's a terrible 8. Negative 48 a squared b. Now right here, I have 3 times 2a to the first, which is 2a, times negative 4b squared. Well, remember, negative 4 squared is 16, and b squared is b squared. So now I have 3 times 2 times 16. That's going to give me 96 a b squared. And then lastly right here, I have 1, 2a to the 0. Remember, anything to the 0 is 1. And then right here, you have negative 4b cubed. The negative 4 cubed is going to be negative 64. And b cubed is b cubed. All right, 4 times 4 is 16, times 4 is negative 30, negative 64. So minus 64 b cubed. There we go. Now right here, simplify. Guys, this again is another foiling problem. Alright. So man, again with this problem, I would definitely expand it out. So 3x squared times everything over here. Here, I'm just gonna write it out. Hold on. Like this. You want to expand it like this. So 3x squared times everything over here. And negative 2x times everything over here. So now I just distribute. So 3x squared times negative 2x cubed is going to be negative 6x to the 5th. 3x squared times 7x squared is going to be positive 21x to the 4th. And 3x squared times negative 2x is going to be a negative 6x cubed. And 3x squared times negative 1 is going to be a negative 3x squared. Now right here, you have negative 2x times negative 2x cubed. It's going to be a positive 4x to the 4th. And negative 2x times 7x squared is going to be a negative 14x cubed. And negative 2x times negative 2x is going to be a positive 4x squared. And negative 2x times negative 1 is going to be a positive 2x. So now we just combine like terms. Alright. So we have, let's see, the highest degree I see, this is a 4, by the way. The highest degree is negative 6x to the 5th. Now we have the 4th, we have 21x to the 4th and 4x to the 4th. Well, that's going to be 25x to the 4th. Then we have negative 6x cubed minus 14x cubed. Well, they're both negative. So we add them together. So that's negative 6 minus 14. That's negative 20 x cubed. Then we have negative 3x squared plus 4x squared. Well, that's going to be 1x squared, 4x squared. And lastly, plus 2x. Alright, so there you go. Alright, another division problem. I'm thinking we should do lone division. Alright, lone division. Alright, so here we go. We got x squared. Actually, here, give me a second. Alright, I want to draw it in so the build a little neater. So anyway, I want x squared. I actually want to rewrite this now. I'm going to go 4x to the 4th. Excuse me. Plus 3x squared, 3x cubed. Now, the thing I want to point out is, see how there's no x squared right here? So we're going to put 0 in this place. All right, plus 2x plus 1. So 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay. So here we go. All right. So now let's do this problem. All right. I want x squared to be 4x to the 4th. All right. So off to the side, if I did it right here, 4x to the 4th divided by x squared. That leaves me with 4x squared. So 4x squared. So 4x squared times x squared is going to be 4x to the fourth. Don't forget your negative. Now, I got to multiply this to both these as well. So 4x squared times x is going to be 4x cubed. And 4x squared times 2 is going to be 8x squared. All right. So now, we have that cancels. Distribute the negative here, that becomes negative. So we get a 3 minus 4, which is a negative x cubed. And then we have 0 minus 8x squared, which is going to be a negative 8x squared. Remember to distribute that negative right there. Okay. So now I'm going to bring down my next term, which is 2x. Okay. So now I want x squared to be negative x cubed. All right, negative x cubed. Well, there we go. I'm going to multiply that by negative x. Negative x times x squared is negative x cubed. Now, negative x times x is going to be negative x squared. And negative x times 2 is going to be a negative 2x. So now right here, we're going to cancel out. That makes that a positive. And then right here, this becomes positive x. So you have negative 8 plus 1, all right, which is going to be a negative 7x, all right, squared. And then negative becomes a plus right here because of that negative times negative positive. So we have plus 4x. Then I'm going to bring down the 1. Now I want this x squared to be negative 7x squared, or we're going to multiply by negative 7. Alright, so negative 7 times x squared is negative 7x squared. And then negative 7 times x is going to be negative 7x. And negative 7 times 2 is going to be a negative 14. Now, distribute your negative. That becomes positive and it cancels out. That becomes positive, and 7x plus 4x is going to be 11x. And that becomes positive, so 1 plus 14 is going to be 15. Guys, there's nothing else to bring down. X squared is not going to go into a single x. This is your remainder. So our solution is going to be 4x squared minus x minus 7 plus, because this is positive, 11x plus 15 divided by, what are we dividing by? X squared plus x plus 2. All right, final answer right there, guys, okay? All right. Now, how do you know when to do long division versus synthetic division? And use synthetic if it's a binomial. All right. Now we need to expand number 15. Oops. Actually, you want to make this a linear binomial. All right, linear. All right, linear binomial. Man, let me rewrite that all together. All right, linear binomial. And remember, linear is going to be something like x plus 4. All right, the degree right here for the variable is 1. All right, that's what makes this linear. All right, and then binomial is just 2 terms. Okay, even if it's something like 2x plus 4. All right. Now, right here, we need to expand this to the 3x minus 2y to the fourth. So let me set up something real quick. First of all, we need to do the binomial, the Pascal triangle. All right. So 1, 3, 3, 1, 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. All right. So this row right here is going to serve as the row we need for our expansion. Now let me draw my lines. All right. So my lines are drawn now. Let's see. 1, 4, 6, 4, and 1. All right. Now I write my first term, 3x. like so. And we're going to use, since this is a 4, the degree is 4, we're going to go 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right. 0, not 6. 0. That looks like a 6. And then over here, we're going to go negative 2y. So negative 2y. Negative 2y. Negative 2y. And I'm going to go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So now here we go. We got 1 times 3x to the 4th. All right. Well, 3x to the 4th. We have 1 times 81 x to the 4th times 1. All right. So that's going to be 81 x to the 4th. All right. Then we're going to do, sorry about that. We're going to do 4 times 3x squared. Well, that's 27x cubed. I'm sorry, 3x cubed. So that's 27x cubed. All right. Times negative 2y. All right. Negative 2y to the first is negative 2y. All right. So we have 4 times 27 times negative 2. That's going to be negative 216 x cubed y. All right. Then we have 6 times 9x squared times 4y squared. All right. So 6 times 9 times 4 right there is going to be 216 and x squared y squared. And then we have 4 times 3 times, I'm sorry. We have 4 times 3x times negative 2 cubed is going to be negative 8y cubed. So that's 4 times 3 times negative 8. It's going to be negative 96 xy cubed. Let me rewrite that. Negative 96 xy cubed. And lastly, we have 1 times 1. 3x to the 0 is 1, guys. Times negative 2 to the 4th power. That's going to be 16. So we have 16 y to the 4th is 16 y to the 4th. So plus 16 y to the 4th. All right, so there we go. There is our binomial expanded right there, okay? All right, and number 16. Number 16, is this a factor of this polynomial right here? Guys, it's very simple. There's a simple way to check this. We're going to take this and make that a negative 5, because if you set it equal to 0, all right, you get negative 5. Now remember, if this is a factor, you should get 0 as your remainder. So I'm going to go 6x, I'm not 6, but 6 is the coefficient. Then 3, all right. Then notice there's no x squared, so I'm going to put 0. There's no single x, so I'm going to put 0, and then I'm going to put negative 5. All right, so 6, 3, 0, 0, negative 5. All right, bring out my 6. 6 times negative 5 is going to be negative 30. 3 minus 30 is going to be negative 27. Negative 27 times negative 5 is going to be 135. 0 times 135 is 135. 0 plus 135, excuse me, 135. Alright, 135 times negative 5 is going to be negative 675. And 0 minus 675 is negative 675. And negative 675 times 5, guys, or negative 5, excuse me. is going to be negative positive 3,375. All right, and that minus 5 is 3,370. All right, that's our remainder. Because our remainder is not 0, this is not a factor, guys. If it was a factor, remember what we talked about. You will always get 0 right here because that would be a root or a 0. All right, and it would equal 0, and it is not, so it is not a factor. All right, not a factor. All right, so I'm gonna stop this video right here, man, and I'm gonna make part 3, and part 3 will cover the last page of the notes. So, hey, man, I really hope this helps you, and check out part 3.